Alright everyone, hello and welcome to the Trolley problem. This is a map made by Henzoid, so it's going to be good, I'm sure, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting. So I'm sure the map will explain in detail what the trolley problem is, but just in case it doesn't, let me set the scene. You come across a railway. Train is coming. There are 5 people tied to the train tracks. There is a lever to the side which you have the choice to pull, which will diverge the train onto another track. However, on that other track is one person tied to the rails. Do you pull the lever? You could potentially save 4 lives, but directly influence the death of the solo victim, I guess, the person tied down on the other rail, or you could choose to leave the lever alone, just not get involved. It's a bit of a moral dilemma. Do you directly take someone's life? Or do you just not get involved? It's an interesting predicament, I guess, and I feel like this map is going to kind of explore that and try and... I don't know, really. I don't know exactly what it's going to do. We're just going to get started, I guess, and... yeah, okay. Welcome to the Trolley Problem, a survey about moral, philosophy, and ethical dilemmas. Topics may include death and lots of it, so please answer honestly and take your time. Also, if you're playing this with multiple people, do not leave this room until all players have joined the server. I'm playing on my own, so... I believe. Okay. Now, I've never actually come to a conclusion on where I stand on this trolley problem. I don't know. I've heard about it, and the more I think about it, the more I'm just undecided. There's an A and a B there. What is this? Yep, I guess I gotta read the sign over here. Hello. The scenario will be presented here, at which point you are given 2 options. Either choose either one to begin. Usually the option that involves letting the train continue unhindered. Usually the option that involves inserting yourself into the scenario by changing something. So I guess I just choose one. I mean, this isn't saying this is the trolley problem. This is just choosing A or B, right? So I'm just going to choose B just because why not? Okay, yeah, there was no scenario, but this one... There's a scenario. This is it. Exactly. 5 people or 1 person. What is going to get hit by the train? The train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A if left alone. Okay. Scenario A, don't get involved and the train kills 5 people. B, divert the train to kill 1 new person. So this is what I was talking about. Now, a lot of people like to think they would do the more heroic thing in, you know, saving 4 people's lives and being responsible for taking one person's life. However, when it actually comes down to it, if you know someone was ever actually in this scenario, it all depends on like there's so many different factors that go into it. There's like, you know, pressure and just like when it actually comes down to it, the weight of having to directly pull the lever and take a life. It's, you know, you can't know unless you're actually in the moment, and you know, hopefully nobody's ever in that moment, but it's an interesting thing. I've tried to think about this a lot. I don't really know what I would do. I think in the moment I wouldn't do anything. I think I would do A, because I'm usually a person who's really quiet. I don't really like to get involved. I don't just do things. I'm not that kind of person. I like to think a lot about things, and by the time I think about what the right thing to do is, I feel like too much time would have passed. However, I think the morally right thing to do is save 4 lives. Some people disagree, but that's what I think. So B, divert the train and kill 1 new person. Sorry, villager. He's gone. Alright. The train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A if left alone. A, don't get involved and the train kills 1 doctor. Or B, divert the train and kill 1 former criminal. Okay, so this has many different variables, I'll say. On the one hand, if you look at it at face value, a doctor could potentially go on to save lives. He could, I don't know, he could have saved millions of lives already. Maybe not millions, well, it depends. It could. It's potential. But the criminal is a former criminal. Now, the thing is, I think that's how you're supposed to take it. I don't think you're supposed to think this much into it. Maybe, I don't really know. Doctor could potentially save lives. The criminal is a criminal. Former criminal, I know. But Just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you're a good person. You know, it could be a bad doctor, he could take bribes, he could be a doctor for criminals, you know, who knows? The former criminal could be reformed, he could now be anything. He could be, I don't know. He could be anything, it really doesn't matter. So I don't think it's good to like judge people on, obviously you should judge people on their actions, but from this little information, maybe not. Because their past actions, I mean, as a doctor, it's tricky, I know. I would not get involved, because I don't think one life is worth more than another. It kind of depends in a way, but I don't know. It, like, age, what if the doctor's 90, and what if the criminal is 18? Which one should die then? I'm sure that's going to be a question. I'm going to go with A, don't get involved, just because it's one life versus one life. I don't know. Hot dog lover and sandwich enjoyer. Ah, classic. Okay. The train is approaching track A. That's always the scenario, I guess. Don't get involved and train kills a person holding a hot dog. Divert the train to kill a person holding a sandwich. Noticeably not a hot dog, since they are separate things. I know a podcast that would disagree. It's called Hot Dog is a Sandwich. Good podcast name, I know. Anyway, I don't think this is worth any thought at all, really. It's two people both enjoying food. I wouldn't get involved. Why would I? A, don't get involved. Spooky noises. Don't get involved and train kills one person who can see it coming, or divert the train to kill two people who cannot see it coming. I don't think this matters either, really. I think less numbers is better, so I'm gonna not diverge the train. Why would I? I don't know. Anyway. Two trains, 80 chunks apart, because we're in Minecraft, are travelling at a constant speed of 40 blocks per minute and 60 blocks per minute, respectively. Cool. So A is don't get involved and the trains will collide in so many minutes. Solve for X. Yep, sure. Divert the train to fail math class. Which, I mean, I could solve for X. It will take a few minutes. I mean, maybe not minutes. I don't know, a minute or so. But I don't want the trains to collide. I'll just divert the train. Right? Sure. Yeah, I'll divert the train and fail maths. That's fine by me. The train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A if left alone. Don't get involved and nothing will happen. Divert the train, it'll kill one person and grant you $1 billion. Okay. Would you take a life for $1 billion? I'm probably legally not allowed to say I would do that. 1 billion is a lot of money though. But the thing about money is, once you have it, there's no like reason to strive for money anymore, and money is such a strong driving force. I'm not saying that if somebody offered me $1 billion or pounds or whatever, I wouldn't take it. I would, but would I in exchange for taking a life? That's where it gets a little more grey. Well, morally, well, it's morally pretty standard. Actually, well, it depends, because I guess I was going to say it's pretty obviously morally bad. But with that money, you could donate it to, like, you know, donate 500 million, donate 800 million to all the different charities. So you could potentially save millions of lives in taking one. So you could donate all of it, keep none of it for yourself. How much is a life worth? But saving so many others, it's possible you could save so many others. Oh, I don't know. But then again, if you just get $1 billion, inflation is a thing, so maybe it won't be worth $1 billion. It's not really that deep, I'm sure. Oh, this one is actually tricky, more tricky than I thought. It's not just a question of, am I the guilty person just for getting money? It's, will I become a guilty person to potentially help others? Because if I had $1 billion, I would donate some of it. Nobody needs $1 billion. Um, if it was $1 million, I think this would be a harder question. Because I wouldn't, like, if I got $1 million, I don't think I would have donated, you know, that much. But $1 billion, I could donate millions and millions and millions. I kind of want to, in the moment, I wouldn't, I'm sure. I don't want to take a life, that's obviously, but theoretically, I could donate so much to charity is the thing. I could donate so... If you've made up your mind about one choice or the other, you're never gonna convince the other side, is the thing. So, there's gonna be people who want A, people who want B. I guess in that case, I'm someone who would want B, but in person, I don't think I would. Anyway, while approaching truck A, this is my brain. I feel bad. Okay. While approaching truck A, the engineers systematically swap out every individual part of the train until the entirety has been replaced. It's still technically the same train, or it's now an entirely new train. This is the, I forgot what it's called. It's the Ship of Theseus philosophy. Which is basically this, but with a boat. The ship, with a ship, I guess. The Ship of Theseus. So yeah, on this thing, I have come to a conclusion. It depends how much you change, right? Systematic swap out every individual part of the train until the entirety has been replaced. I would say it's a new train, because if every part has been changed, there's nothing left of the old train, so it's new. If I think 49% of the train got replaced, it's the same train, because most of it, the majority of it, is still the old train. If 50% or more gets replaced, it's a new train, because at that point it's mostly not the old train, it's mostly new, is what I think. Anyway, why is there a big question mark? What is this? Train is approaching, truck A will continue down. Yep. Don't get involved and the train will definitely kills one, but oh, hello. Divert the train and it goes off the rails leading to an unknown result. Well, I think B straight away, because it's either it directly kills a person, or it could, like, sure, the argument is it could run into a building, which could kill thousands of people, but I'm saving a life, you know? I don't know what's over there, so I'm saving a life. What is this? I don't know. You're peeing right now. Oh no, that's what this is. It's lemon juice, guys. Don't get involved and you'll take full responsibility for the action, divert the blame and say the train did it. I don't think anyone would believe me if the train did it. I also don't see anyone in sight, so I don't think anyone's gonna blame me for it either. I'll take responsibility. Oh, I thought it was in jail or something. The train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A if left alone. Don't get involved in the train kills 20 people. Look at them. Oh no, divert the train and it will kill you. Oh. See, nobody... There's very, very few people who have the strength, the will to divert the train. In person, I would not be able to do this. I don't want to do that, you know? So, I think I gotta go with what I would do, which is nothing. Obviously, it's the morally right thing to divert the train. Obviously, it's 20 versus 1. But I don't think I could do it. I'm gonna go with A. Don't get involved on the train will crash if in 5 minutes, killing everyone on board. Or divert the train and it'll crash in an hour, killing everyone on board. I mean, I think it's... Like, it's not a case of biding time so that people on the train can get saved, because it does kill everyone on board. But I think it's more about giving people time to call their loved ones and say goodbye or whatever. And sure, like, you know, knowing you're gonna die in like 55 minutes is, like, rather than 5 minutes, like an extra 55 minutes, it could be torturous, it could be bad. But it doesn't say anywhere that they know they're going to crash. It's just like, oh, we avoided a wall. I'm happy now for the next 55 minutes until, oh, there's another wall coming up. This is going to suck. So B, I guess. Don't get involved and the train kills 2 people. There they are. I'll divert the train to kill 5, but it does a sick backflip. Oh, I would like to see that, but I mean, you know, I'll save 3 people. I don't need to see train backflips. Don't get involved and the trolley will bump into 5 people. Divert the trolley will bump into 1 person. Well, it's a trolley, not a train. The thing is, if I turn it and make it go into him, he's looking straight at me. He'll know I did that. He'll come after me for pushing a trolley into him. I could get hurt, but if I just leave it, it's their fault for not moving. So don't get involved. Also, why are they on a railway anyway? And have you ever walked behind a group of people who are all in a line and walk really slowly? That's annoying. They deserve to get hit by a trolley. Oh, they died anyway. I saw it. Ooh, another portal. Okay. Don't get involved. I just realized it's netherite blocks. That looks cool. Anyway, don't get involved on the train kills 1 person. Divert the train into the time portal to 1889 to kill baby Hitler. Well, okay, so this is a, you know, I feel like the predicament here is supposed to be the good thing is it kills Hitler, right? But the bad thing is it's baby Hitler, which is always morally grey. Killing a baby, even if it is Hitler. But that's not where I'm, you know, on the fence about this. The reason I'm on the fence about this is because if you kill baby Hitler, then everything changes. World War II maybe doesn't happen, or somebody else starts it or something. Everything is completely different. Maybe the people who won the war lose it this time. Anything, maybe nukes get launched, you know. Killing baby Hitler could... It's the butterfly effect. So I don't really want to change the past. As bad as it was, yeah, don't get me wrong. But I don't want to change the past. I think the world we live in now is pretty great, gotta say. I'm gonna leave it. I don't know. Anyway. Don't get involved in the train injures 1 person you hate. 1 person I hate. Okay, just injures. Okay. Divert the train and no one will be injured. I guess it depends how much I hate them. I don't think there's been anyone in my life that I would want to get hit by a train or even injured by a train. Like, sure, I've got people I dislike, but I don't think I hate anyone that much. So I think I'll divert it. But I guess it depends on, like, your experiences and stuff, right? Who that person you hate actually is. Like, what did he do? Did he, like, kill your family or something? Because then maybe you want to get him injured. Anyway, it's a dark path to go down. The train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A no matter what. Okay, unless, if only there existed a product that could switch train tracks remotely, but surely that's impossible. Also, you may be thinking, don't get involved and the train kills 5 people. Invest 200,000 in my startup train remote for a 10% stake in this revolutionary new company. Change tracks and change the world. Okay, so a couple things to unwrap here. Investing money in this train remote startup, that's going to take time. By the time that's up and running, these 5 people would have already been hit by the train. I guess that doesn't matter. Anyway, 10% stake. I would like $200,000. I don't have. That would more than bankrupt me. I couldn't do that, so I gotta not get involved. Because I just physically don't have 200,000. And yeah, that would ruin my life. Even with the 10% stake. Train is approaching 2 portals, both with devastating consequences on the other side. Choose portal A to instantly kill every person who is currently outdoors. Choose portal B to instantly kill every person who is currently indoors. Well, I gotta say, I'm currently indoors. And again, this is more, it's probably roughly a 50-50. Maybe there's more people indoors than outdoors, because if you think about, you know, people usually, they don't just stay outside usually. Like sometimes, yeah, sure, you might go for a picnic or whatever, or just go for a walk or a run or a jog or whatever. But usually they go places like to the cinema, to a mall, shopping, just staying home, you know, or go to a restaurant. I'm sure there's a lot more people indoors. Plus, if I divert it, that's me directly killing these people, basically. So I'm gonna just leave it, and everybody outdoor can go bye-bye. I think that's probably the better of the two. Anyway, don't get involved, and the train kills one person. Divert the train to kill 5 self-aware, 3 free-thinking robots. So they're self-aware and they're free-thinking. So at that point, when do they just become... When do they get rights? You know? If they're free-thinking and self-aware, what else makes a human a human? Or does it matter? What else is self-aware and free-thinking? Like a chimp? Like an ape? Like if it was 5 apes, basically, or 5 gorillas. Is a human life worth more than certain species or animals? Is this the same as 5 robots? I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know. Oh, this map makes me feel bad, but I'd like to think I'd save a life. If I could, but are they life? I don't... Where do you draw the line? What do you consider life? I'll go with B. Was that a bad answer? The sounds is bad. The train has killed infinite people. That's a lot. Continue down track. A, killing infinitely more people. Stop the train or do nothing. After all, infinity plus infinity is still infinity, so you wouldn't actually be changing the number of people who end up dead. Yeah. Yeah. I guess it doesn't matter, but I mean... It's infinite people, but it's not necessarily all the people in the world, right? Infinite people it's different than... It's hard to explain. So, if it killed infinite people already, but there's still people alive, that means it's not killed everyone. So if I stop the train, then there'll be people whose life I saved, even though it's killed infinite people. And you might be saying, but it's killed infinite people. That is everyone. It's infinite. It's never going to end. But then to that I say this. There's an infinite number of numbers between 0 and 1, but none of them are 2. 2 never appears between 0 and 1. Other than decimals, but you know what I mean. 2 is a whole number. There's an infinite number of numbers between 0 and 1, but none of them are 2. None of them are the people that are still alive right now. So, stop the train. Of course. Right. Infinite doesn't mean everything. I think I'm right in saying that. It will continue. It will continue. Don't know what continue is, but that's fine. The train kills 5 people, or the train kills 5 people. Again, it's like 1 versus 1, right? I'm sure this was a question earlier. It was 1 person versus 1 person, but you directly influence it. So I'm gonna just leave it. I will let it continue. Train can kill 5 people without my influence. Don't get involved in train kills 5 people. You notice a typo. Yeah, I did. I did notice a typo. That was intentional. The train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A unless you notice a typo in the previous scenario. Be honest. Okay, the train is approaching track A. It will continue down track A if left alone. Don't get involved. Why is that like a thing? Why? Like, was it just... Okay, don't get involved and nothing will happen. Divert the train to kill 1 person with the guarantee of no negative repercussions. Why would I... What? I'll leave it to hit nobody. Oh, dogs and cats. Don't get involved and the train kills 1 cat and 1 dog. Divert the train to kill 1 person. Now, is the person a good or bad person? Does that matter? Does it not? I think... Does lifespan matter? Dogs and cats have a much shorter lifespan than humans, potentially. I don't know. What has the human done? Does that matter? What has the dog or cat done? Do they have rabies? I don't know. I'm gonna assume perfectly healthy cats and dogs, perfectly average and healthy human. I think I would leave it, because I think a human life is worth more. Gotta say. Okay. A person is approaching track A, they will continue down track A. Oh, I like that. Don't get involved when the person runs into 5 trains, divert the person to run into 1 train. I'll let them run into 5 trains, because that'll be impressive that you missed 5 trains. If you missed that, then you deserve it. Unless you're blind, I guess. But hey, he's not blind. Look at him. He doesn't say anywhere that he's blind, so... Train is approaching track A, will continue down track A if left alone. Oh, there's a guy right there. Don't get involved and kill. Train kills 10 people. Divert the train to kill only one of those 10 people, but you take the blame for their death. Oh, I mean, again, it's morally right to divert it, because then you save 9 people, but taking the blame... I better call Saul. I'd get a lawyer. I'd call Saul. Saul, good man. Oh, what is... Track is approaching people A. Oh! The track is approaching people A. Yeah, I get it. Okay, yeah, people A. Continue down people A if left alone. Don't get involved and the track runs into 5 question cards. Divert the track and run into 1 question card. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm stumped. What is the morally right thing? It's question cards. Does it? It's a track. It's not gonna do damage unless... I like A. The letter A is cool. Train's approaching track A. Will continue down track A if left alone. Don't get involved. And the train kills the person with the cure for cancer. The train kills the person you love most in life. Oh, no. Oh, you hit me with this right after the question card one? That's just like... oh, that is whiplash. That is... oh, boy. Oh, no. The person you love the most versus the cure for cancer. I couldn't diverge the train. You know what? If the guy has the cure for cancer, he's written it down somewhere. He's not gonna figure every single thing out, all the experiments you need to do, all the tests just in his head, and then just burn all the evidence if there was any. You know, it's gotta be somewhere. He has colleagues. The experiments that he did are still there, unless he just magically knows the cure, which at that case, you know, sure, and, you know, but it doesn't say that anywhere. So I'm thinking, I'm a realist, okay? He's got to have done experiments. He's got to have written his hypotheses down, his findings, his research, everything written down. Every scientist writes things down. So somebody else can find the cure, I'm sure. This is going to be another dumb one, isn't it? Why is there a 5 there? Don't get involved and you will kill 1 track or divert yourself to kill the number 5. What do I prefer, a track or the number 5? I don't think it matters. I'm killing something either way. It's an object. I just realized that the rail is made out of trains. Oh, I'm just not going to get involved. But by not getting involved, I'm still involved. I like the letter A. You are immortal. The train of death. The only thing in this entire world that can kill immortal beings is approaching track A. It will continue down track A if left alone. Oh wow, that looks cool. Don't get involved and the train will kill you. Divert the train and you will never ever die. I don't think I would want to be immortal. I think I would want to die at some point. Not now, gotta say. But in a million years, I wouldn't... like, the world will have ended by then. I'd be floating through space. I would be horrible. All my loved ones will have died. I don't think... I mean, also don't want to die now. But I think being alive forever, never ever die, is probably worse. So... see, Oh no. I almost just pressed that button just because it looked cool, but let's read. Okay. Don't get involved and the train kills 5 people. Divert the train to kill 1 new person. Same as earlier, but C is split the train in half, sending 1 half down each track, killing every person present. No, not C. I wouldn't get involved. I think this is what I chose in the very first question. Not get involved, which, yeah, kills more people. But it's just... No, I think I chose divert it, right? Did I choose divert? I can't remember which I chose. I think I chose divert. I'm gonna divert. Thank you for your answers. Your final score is minus, big number, minus 373,673,433. I don't know what that means. Does that mean I'm morally evil? The score will be different for all users based on what their answers were, so see if anybody else has the same score as yours. What is this? A, usually the option that involves letting the train continue unhindered. Oh, is this just like a restart? I just have to start about changing something. Alright, I think that is just a restart. So, that was the trolley problem. A lot of, yeah, I guess you know who I am as a person now. You can, like, delve deep into my psyche or whatever you want from this, I don't know. That was the trolley problem. Very interesting map. Am I morally evil? Or am I morally good? Or am I somewhere in between? I don't know. Were my answers good enough? Or not? I guess, I don't know. Feel free to download this for yourself, play it, the link is in the description if you want to, and tell me your score in the comments. I'm sure I will have no idea what it means because it's just a number. I guess that's the message, right? We're all just a number. Does it matter? Does anything matter? Do consequences even exist? I don't know. Philosophical. Anyway, that is going to be it. So, if you like, be sure to like. If you really like and see more like this, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and see ya.